and welcome, dear students. This is me again. So today we have a new subject, chapter 6, section 2, arc and chord, page 228. So first, we have a central angle. Central angle is an angle whose vertex is the center of a circle. If you look at the circle here, okay, we have an angle, then the head of the angle, the vertex of the angle, is in the center of the circle. This is the center of the circle. This is the center of the circle, okay? Then the head, the vertex of the circle, is in the center. That's why we call central angle. If you remember, and we have another note, the measure of a circle, you know that it is 360 because in the previous chapter we have explained that. And also the next note, it says the measure of an arc is equal to the measure of its central angle and vice versa. What does it mean? If you want to find the measure of that arc, this arc is BC. So be careful when you write the curve on the, let's say, BC, it means this is an arc, okay? This sign means arc, or sometimes you are going to write it in that way, okay? Both of them means arc. If you want to find the measure of BC, this is the arc. Then what is the measure of BC? It says it's equal to the central angle. For example, this central angle is 30 degree, then the arc is 30 degree. Let's say this central angle is 60, then the arc is 60. So whatever, the measure of the arc is equal to the measure of the central angle. Or you can say the measure of the central angle is equal to the measure of the arc. Their measures are equal. So let's explain an example. Example 1. The circle divided into 6 equal parts. This is the important part of the question. 6 parts, find the measure of each arc. So you know that the measure of the circle is 360. Then the circle divided into 6 equal parts. So divided by 6. 360 divided by 6 is equal 60 degree. It means in that circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? The measure of each of them is 60. 60, okay? The measure of each arc here, it is 60. Look at the first one, it says find BC. So where is BC? B until C. It is only one arc, that's why the measure of that arc, BC, is equal, this is me, is equal 60. Then, B, it says find the measure of BD. B until D. B until D. How many arcs are included? B until D, how many arcs are included? 1, 2. 2 arcs are included. The measure of each of them is 60. So 2 times 60 is equal 120. That's why the measure of that arc, BD, is equal 120. 2 times 60 is equal 120. Then C, it says find the measure of CHZ. CHZ. CH, okay, Z. CHZ. Then how many arcs are included? 1 arc, okay, 2 arcs, 3 arcs, and 4 arcs are included. Okay, so the measure of each arc is 60. 4 times 60 is equal to 240 degree. So the measure of CHZ is 240 degree. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 arcs are included. 4 times 60 is equal 240. Example 2. The circle divided into 5 equal parts. This time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It divided into 5 equal parts. Then 360 divided by 5 is equal to 72. It means the measure of each arc is 72. So, first question, find the measure of BC. This is BC, it's only one arc. So the measure of BC is 72 because it includes only one arc. The measure of CDH. C, let's use another color. CDH. How many arcs are included? 1, 2. So the measure of CDH, it's going to be 2 times 72 and it's equal 144 because 2 arcs are included, so you multiply by 2. Then find CHN. C until H until N. How many arcs are included? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 arcs are included. The measure of each arc is 72. Then it's equal 216 degree. Okay, so let's remind you some important notes. If you remember in the previous classes, grade 7, grade 8, we have studied that if you have a right triangle, okay, we can use Pythagorean theorem. This is x, and also you have y. The hypotenuse is r. Then the rule is x squared plus y squared is equal r squared. Okay. Then we have in a circle, if a diameter or radius is perpendicular to a chord, then it bisects the chord and arc. We are going to explain in the example. What important is you have to know the rule of, let's say, the Pythagorean theorem. X squared plus y squared is equal r squared. In that circle, it says, example 3, find the measure of BD. Find the measure of BD. This is BD. We have to find the measure of BD, but how to find it? Okay, so we have here AC is 3 and CE is 2. Okay, then in the other side, from AD, we can see that we have a right triangle. We have a right triangle. The length of that side is 3. Okay, the length of AD is 5. How did we know that the length of AD is 5? Because AD is radius, and also AC is radius. This is radius, this is radius, this is radius, this is radius. So we know that the radius of the circle, let's say, are equal. That's why 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. The measure of that radius is 5. So that AD is 5. Then right now we have the hypotenuse is 5 and we have y is 3. Then we are going to find that part, it is CD. So by the theorem, CD square plus AC square is equal AD square. X squared plus y squared is equal r squared. What was the value of CD? We don't have it. It's unknown. So write down CD squared plus. What was the length of AC? So AC was 3. So write down 3 squared is equal. What is the length of AD? AD is 5. So write down 5 square. Then we have let's say an equation. We have to find the value of CD. So CD square is equal 3 power 2 is equal 9. Sorry, this is plus. Is equal 5 power 2 is equal 25. To find CD, move 9 to the other side. CD square is equal 25 minus 9. Then CD square 25 minus 9 is equal 16. Okay, we want to find CD, but we have CD square. How can we get rid of the square? By using square root. Okay, so CD is equal, the square root of 16 is 4. Okay, CD is 4. But what is the question? It says find BD. Let me explain it in another way. This is B, okay, this is D, and here we have C. If the measure of CD is equal 4, then what is the measure of D? 4 and 4 is equal 8. So the measure of BD is equal 2 times 4 is equal 8. That line is going to bisect the chord. Bisect means cut it to the two equal parts. If one of them is 4, of course the other side is 4. 4 plus 4 is equal 8. Or you can say 2 times 4 is equal 8. Again, we have another question. It's the same for. We have a circle. It says in the circle the measure of CD is equal 10. This is CD. The measure of CD is equal 10, and the measure of AD is 6 centimeter. Then right now we have a right triangle. If the measure of CD is 10 centimeter, what about the measure of ED here? It must be 5 because it is half of it. That's why right now we have ED is 5, AD is 6. We have to find EA, or you can say AE. How to find it? By using the Pythagorean theorem. 5 square plus, we don't have EA. EA square is equal 6 square. 5 square is 25 plus EA square, we want to find it. 6 square is equal 36. We want to find EA square, move it to the other side. EA square is equal 36 minus 25. So 36 minus 25, so EA is equal 11. Again, we want to find EA, not EA square. Use the square root for both sides. EA is equal the square root of 11, and approximately is equal 3.3. So the measure of EA is equal 3.3. Again, we have another note. It says a semicircle means half of a circle, and its measure is 360 divided by 2. This is, okay, this is semicircle. So semicircle, the measure of the semicircle is 180, because full circle, this is the whole circle, it is 360. If you cut it into two equal parts, then 180, 180. So semicircle's measure is 180. So sometimes we have that question. It says if a semicircle divided into 4 equal parts. Sometimes students, let's say, misunderstand that question. They are going to divide 360 by 4. But you have to be careful. It says a semicircle. The measure of a semicircle is 180. Okay? Divided by 4, then is equal to 45. degree for each arc. This is an important note, you have to be careful. Finally, we have nicht many questions. What is the hypotenuse in a right triangle if the other side's measure is 9 centimeter and 12 centimeter? What's hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the longest side of the right triangle. This is the right triangle. Okay, this is y, x, r. The longest side of the triangle, this is called hypotenuse. Then it says this is 12 and also 9, the measure of the other side. What is the hypotenuse? It's quite easy because by the rule x squared plus y squared is equal r squared. X squared 9 squared plus y squared is 12 squared is equal r squared. 9 squared is 81 plus 12 squared is 144 is equal r squared. So r squared is equal 81 plus 144 is equal 225. Find the square root. The square root of 225 is 15. So the hypotenuse is 15. Question 2. If the central angle of a circle is 30 degrees, what is the measure of its arc? We know that the measure of central angle is equal to the measure of the arc. That's why the measure of arc is 30, because their measures are equal. Question 3. If a circle divided into 4 equal parts, what is the measure of each arc? We have a circle, okay, divided into 4 equal parts. Then 360 divided by 4. 360 divided by 4, then it's going to be 90. So the measure of each arc is 90 degrees because it's going to make right angles. That's why it's equal 90 degrees. Question 4. If a circle divided into 8 equal parts, then what is the measure of each arc? Again, 360 divided by 8, so it's equal 45 degrees. D is the correct answer. So dear students, this is the end of our class. I hope you get benefit from me. Thanks for watching.